The camera's a little low, isn't it? Good to see that this morning. Let's check. Go ahead and fix this little camera thing. If I can. I gotta expand my screen. Bear with me. Is it there it is. I have to move around for work, so it does take up a little bit of a different space when I have to use Zoom or what's the other one? Teams. And now zip this back here. Okay. Guess that'll be as good as it can be for this go. Good morning, everybody. It is currently 6:34 here in Alabama, and we're going to resume the second phase to this to the new release, to the 7.3 release. So this one's called the Endless Choice. That's the name of this part of the MSQ, the next stage or level, whatever you want to call it. Our comrade, you think he may have been struck down? If he is wounded or worse, I should go to him. And I still can't say her name. There's no chance that I was going to be able to try pronouncing that. Wayakakaway? Kakwe? Yeah, no. It's about as good as you're going to get out of me. So Safine says, wait, please. It isn't safe, and you still need rest. Would you stay with Milos? Stay with Milos and watch over Isidora for me? We will tend to your friend. And then Waikake says, thank you. Please be careful yourself. Alright, so I know we're kind of jumping into the deep end with this, but I did do a live feed yesterday that's still on video on demand. If you want to go back to it, check it out before you look into this, then I do strongly encourage you to do so. But with that being said, we're just going to go ahead and move on with the story. There's really no fighting. I just wanted to draw my sword. Let's talk with Crow. Cryle says Isadora is going to be alright. I'm so glad. I've just finished my ministrations here. Our Oblivion comrade was beyond saving, I'm afraid. That brave soul. He gave his life to save another. He died protecting me. I don't understand why any of this is happening. That sentry was behaving normally, like any other, and then all of a sudden it tried to kill me. Weapons or no, Calix commanded them to commit murder. Is it over? We came as soon as Wakakake sent word. I'm sorry. By the time we arrived, it was already too late. Then Geodude could be in trouble too. Once we have this radius locked down, we need to find him. But why? Has something happened? Possibly. We're not sure what, but he stopped responding to our communications. We need to prioritize securing the residential sector, though, at least until we can regain control of the sentries. Then we should search for Geodude. Geo. I agree. Since most Oblivion members have sworn off regulators, our theory holds true. Then they could be the prime targets for the next attack. Please do what you can to shepherd the residents to safety, but avoid the sentries at all cost. Our thanks. Here, take these communicators. We've made modifications to them to prevent Calix from intercepting the signal, and they have been using them to coordinate movements with allies in the vicinity. Wakakake has one too, so I'll ask her to keep hailing Geodude. Good luck and stay safe. Geodude said he would sweep the surrounding area, so he shouldn't have ventured too far. Let's get going. I guess this is where I'm supposed to go. You see no sign of Geodude. Perhaps you should search further to the east. Should search further. Further we shall search. Onward, eastward. Surveying. You see no sign of Geodude. Wakakake's voice crackles from the communicator. Geodude! Geodude! Answer me! There is no response. Perhaps you should continue your search further to the east. Sprint! We're about to catch up to little skies. This is a long survey. You see no sign of Geodude. The neighboring residential radius would be the next logical place to look. Geodude.
This is the only place left. Let them be safe.
Geode, are you there? Answer me, please.
I'm here. Sorry for the long silence. I've been busy.
Oh, you're alive. Thank the gods. Where are you now?
The radius next door. The lobby is secure. I'll scout the second floor. Then I'll join it. That dust.
Dust? What are you talking about? What's happening?
They're not just collecting souls. They're draining the bodies of corporeal ether. The dust that we saw was all that was left of the victims. They must have modified the soul cells. Shit.
Language. Nope. Better hit a reload. Take a knee. Take a knee. That move was super effective.
You can't be here. You need to run now.
It was a trap.
A trap.
That's what I said.
Take care of the others, eh?
Here we go. Sometimes
No sign of him so far.
we're not always on
Maybe?
time.
Geode!
Just a few moments too late, huh? That's got to burn a little bit.
A shame. I had hoped to leave here with at least one more cell's worth of ether.
Calyx.
But seeing how eager you are to interfere, I shall cut this foray short.
Calyx. What could you possibly stand to gain from these atrocities?
Ether sufficient to generate 5,000 endless. How would you acquire it?
How would I?
Until I have the key, the reflections are closed to me. Thus do I make do with the sources at hand. 7% of Alexandria's current population will yield the energy to convert 5,000 into endless. With 11%, operations could continue unabated for 800 years. Our bodies are fated to decay sooner or later. These ones refuse the gift of eternal life, so what difference does it make if I return them to ether now? I will not waste time and resources on meaningless conflict. This unit cannot offer you worthwhile resistance. Instead, I pose a question. Would you hand over the key if I promise to halt my harvest?
I will halt your harvest by defeating you. Yeah, what he said.
It was foolish of me to even ask. I return to my work then. There is much to do if I must take the key by force.
This pile of dust. These ashes. And the soul cell he left behind. Was that his twisted way of returning Geodude to us? Damn you, Calyx. Damn you and your careless cruelty. He was our friend. Even so, some might say every death was justified if it meant 5,000 endless could continue their more immortal lives. And if a reflection's stolen ether allowed for many more endless, why that, too, would be a noble sacrifice for the greater good. Who could think that? Not I. Just saying. Just pointing it out. We know only too well. There is not noble in this sacrifice. Ardbert, I trust Geodude into your hands. We have to stop him. We have to find Calyx and put an end to this madness as soon as possible. And under no circumstances can we let the key fall into his possession, Andruza. If it falls to us, it falls to us. We will thwart his plans here in Alexandria before he can terrorize innocents in the reflections elsewhere. I wonder if that means the next expansion is going to take us back to the first, or maybe even cycle around some of the other reflections. Okay, let's advance. My memories are yours. My memories are your memories. We got a core memory. Though gripped by sadness, Sphene spurs herself to action. Options: Piety Materia number 11. Battle Dance Materia number 11. Quick Arm Materia number 11. Quick Tongue Materia number 11. We should return to the back room. Shell and the others need to know what happened. Yes, I'll ask Wakakake to meet us there as well. I'm fairly certain I'm saying that right. Oh man, sad music. And that's when you cut the pizza in half. Yep, that's right. After you pull it out of the oven. But it will get cold! I got you a gift. I don't know what it is. You're welcome.
Our dear Geode.
The soldiers. If only I'd been able to control them.
This isn't your fault, Gololja. The blame lies with Calyx, and with him alone. It's all so senseless. Why force his plans upon us when we're already happy, living our lives? What does he even think life is? I'll never forgive Calyx for doing this. Or myself for being powerless to stop him.
That's a lot to take on yourself.
Wait, where are you going?
To clear my head.
Don't worry, I won't do anything stupid.
Stay here and get some rest. I'll make sure nostalgia stays out of trouble.
Thank you.
I like how they both have pink hair. There's an older sister that's very broody, and a younger sister that's
Things would have been
less
far
broody.
worse if you and Geode
Still with
hadn't
pink
rushed
hair.
in there. Many people are still alive because of you. And after adding what you discovered to the leads we've dug up, I'm hopeful we can determine where Calyx is hiding. But not right now.
I like how they were able to animate her quivering lip.
We need time before we can move on. Just a little time.
Oh, Geode.
This is where you say something motivational. What? No motivational speech? No backslash psych. Stola! Another comrade gone. Some days it's almost more than I can bear. Geodude was. He was an older brother to Nostalgia and me. Shell knew him longer, though, and is surely taking it the hardest. And that's on top of what happened with Chakuka. I know who it is. I just like these names, man. I'm this American tongue of mine. Had some quesadillas yesterday. They were great. Do you think you could check on her? See how she's doing? She's like to put on a brave face if it's for me or my sister. Sure, but I would like to know what Stola's up to. I assume you know better by now, but I hope you're not planning to try anything alone. We're here with you. I like the music. Apologies, my mind was elsewhere. We need to press on with the hunt for Calyx, but I cannot seem to focus. I should be better than this, I know. Is there anything I can do? As you said, you need time to work through it. See, like, me personally, I like this phrase more because this gives you the posture of saying, is there something let me think of the single person here as the one and only, right? As you said, you need time to work through it. It's still very inspirational, but also, it empowers the second person there. As you said, you need time to work through it. I ought to heed my own. You're right. I ought to heed my own words. As it stands, I'm of no use to anyone. Kachua. Chakua. Chakua used to say the best thing to do with grief was to let it all out. So I think I'll take myself over to the earth and sky and say my goodbyes to Geodude. Why don't you come along? I could use someone to blubber. I could use someone to blubber to if you've got a shoulder to spare. I got two of them. Right then, let's get out of Everkeep for a bit. Yep, she's a little sad, and it's a sad time. It's a fair trek on foot, so I've arranged for a couple of air wheelers. They've had their communications modules removed, so even Calyx shouldn't be able to seize control of them. Say the word, and we'll set off. Speak with Shell again. Speak with Shell once more. Ready? We'll be flying close to the pylons, so follow my lead. Mount the air wheeler. Here we go. It's a automatic drive. These air wheelers are Geo's babies, or Gwenol's babies. You won't find a smoother ride in all of Everkeep. For years now, I've been taking one out for a turn whenever I need to lighten the mood. Sometimes Geodude would come along too, and we'd end up racing. Does that surprise you? Our friendship always had a competitive edge. We often talk about how one day we might fly our wheelers outside the dome. Do, 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 do. My memories and yours. Almost there. Be sure the ground is clear before you touch down. Pew! That helped me clear my head to touch. You know, Andrewsa, you might be the first person I've ridden with who wasn't an Oblivion recruit. As far as I remember, at least the memories from my regulator days aren't exactly reliable. Come on, let's head inside. Hopefully the way will be clear of pests today. Inside my cooler. Ooh, you're hearing the sound of today's energy drink. Rain. Which flavor is this? Sour gummy worm. It's a good one. No spoilers. That's in the title. No spoilers. Come on. But thanks for showing up, Teddy. Appreciate you, buddy. You know what? You're coming through on what's it called? YouTube. And I don't think yesterday's broadcast was set up to go through YouTube. So if you want to go to my Twitch channel, you'll find the yesterday's playthrough from the the next or the first stage in the 7.3 MSQ. Uh, Obviously, spoiler warning. So if it's there, you don't want to watch it, fine, right? Block it out. Wait till you're done with it. Come back and just kind of listen to my narrative. I don't get a lot of people on these channels, so I don't really get a chance to talk to people. So it's mostly just me reciting the narrative with my horrible acting voice. Uh, but yeah, it's there. It's where it is. Twitch. Thanks. But this song is a banger. Ooh, we got some buggers. We got some downright buggers. I need to move my can to the other side because what'll happen is my microphone cable will knock it over when I readjust. All right. So Shell looks dismayed. Move my cursor out of the way. Let's pull out the old chocobo. Even though I probably don't need it. Guess I could go ahead and throw on grit. Unnecessary as that was. Oh, she showed up. That's why I have 4. I wound up having to fight her other 2. Because I thought it looked like two at first, and I got into it, opened up Salted Earth, and I spun the camera around. I was like, wait, there's three? I was thinking this in my head. Then there was four, and then there she was. We can actually avoid such encounters, but sometimes they wander in and block the only path. Not that it slowed you down at all. I've never seen you fight up close before, and the surveillance feed clearly didn't do it justice. Ahem. Hopefully, that keeps the route clear for a while, shall we? It's lovely.
Whenever we lost a comrade, the three of us would come back here to reminisce. Me, Geode, and Kafkiwa.
God, I was way off on that one.
Will you raise a glass?
Ooh. Oh, we got company.
What are the two of you doing here?
Drinking wine, duh.
I had a feeling you'd show up. Would you like to join us?
This music almost kind of reminds me of Chrono Trigger.
I suppose I could spare a moment. They tell us Oblivion's founders disappeared some decades ago under mysterious circumstances. And it was Kafkiwa who revived our organization. You and Geode helped her with that, didn't you? Tell us more about it. You're keen to know too, right? What they were like back then. The mad things they got up to. That sort of thing.
Those were the days. It was actually right before the Reformation that I met Geode. Still wore a regulator then.
Regulators!
To me.
That was part of
I also
yesterday's
quit a
game,
long
too.
stint as an adapter to work at a bar of all places. It paid me to sit with patrons and keep them company. So Geode came in one night. It wasn't long before we got into an argument. First-time customer, but tempers flared. And then one of us threw a punch.
You got into a fist fight? What were you even arguing about?
Damned if I know. We were deep in our cups. I think we were both just frustrated and angry at everything. By the end of it, we were both sprawled out in the street. Pair of drunken fools. Then this odd machine stopped to lecture us, scolding us for obstructing the foot traffic and not taking better care of ourselves.
I can't imagine you ever being in such a sorry state. The odd machine. That was Kafkiwa, I take it.
That it was. Once she was done upbraiding us for our unseemly behavior, she launched into a recruitment pitch. Kafkiwa explained that she wanted to protect the outside world from Zoralja's invasion, to keep him from bringing ruin to the place her beloved son lived. And if we were so intent on self-destruction, then perhaps we might consider risking our hides for a just cause. It was a lot to take in. I hadn't given much thought to what lay beyond the barrier, and learning that Kafkiwa herself was already dead was enough to make my head spin. But Geode and I were intrigued by her ideas, and wanted to see this future of hers come to pass.
Geode often spoke of it. He told me that meeting Kafkiwa was what first taught him the value of remembering people.
Like he was sharing a holy revelation.
Oh,
On a white horse.
back then you hadn't yet taken on Oblivion's name, had you?
Is that so? I just assumed. It hadn't been Kafkiwa's intention to carry on Oblivion's legacy, nor adopt the cause your parents championed. She wasn't even aware such an organized resistance existed. She did, however, suspect the presence of other dissidents, those who objected to resurrecting the memories of the dead in defiance of the natural order. In the hopes of identifying like-minded comrades, we began searching the core system for traces of unauthorized access, and that's how we found it. An anomalous sector in the back of the Neon Stein. According to Melancholy, the door to that mystery had remained firmly shut since she took over the business.
The back room.
The back room. We forced our way in, only to discover that the hideout had long been abandoned. Although the occupants were gone, the equipment they'd left behind contained records of a group calling itself Oblivion. After reading through their exploits and their vision for the future, we made the decision to carry on their work.
Thus were my parents' and Kafkiwa's hopes bound together and carried onward by Shale and Geode.
We could never have made it this far on our own, of course. Not without the strength of arms you and your friends provided. Losing comrades is a hard thing, but being here, thinking back on the moments we shared, I could see their smiles, hear their laughter. I feel their presence, and I know they're still with us. But these memories of mine are for me alone. Reminders of why I chose to do this, and why I'll stay the course. Right.
Ugh.
Time we
Ooh,
got back
way to
work.
break
Thank you.
the emotional connection
Everyone.
there.
No, it's me who should be thanking you. Though the pain is still deep, I don't feel like I'm drowning in it anymore. Let's get out there and put a stop to Calyx. For you, for me, and for everyone who's ever believed in Oblivion.
Just to be clear, not Bethesda's Oblivion. This is not Square Enix taking on Bethesda here. You gotta keep that in mind. Keep those lines separated. Oh, I was supposed to read that, wasn't I? And not only in the grief, you helped me see what my comrades mean even more. That my comrades mean even more to me than I realized, which only fuels my determination. I'll be spending every waking moment working to bring Calyx to account for his crimes. I'll do my part, then you'll do yours. Oblivion needs you. And I'm probably going to pick, I don't know. I like quick tongue, even though it doesn't affect the tanks at all. I'm more of a healer main. I like doing heals. I like slinging heals and helping people get back off their butts. All right, so it's 7:16 now. I think I have enough time to push for one more here. A darkness in the heart. Shell stills her heart for the work ahead. It's time I went back to relocating Calyx's lair. I have a new strategy in mind, but it remains to be seen if it will aid in the narrowing down of the possibilities. I'll ask Kryl for help. I want to re-examine the data, starting with that of her parents. After all, they were the first to break away from preservation and establish an organized resistance with Oblivion. There must be something in there that can point us to the right direction. What are your plans, Andruza? Well, we'll answer this call first. Andruza, is that you? Apologies for calling suddenly. I'm making the rounds in the outskirts and I cannot help but feel as though something is amiss. Might I ask you to join me? Your perspective would be most appreciated. It can wait until you finished attending to Shell, of course. Seems your plans have been decided for you. Go on. I've others to speak with before I return to the back room. So where do I gotta go? We'll just go ahead and zip over there. And there she is. Not creepy at all. Andruza, thanks for coming. Not a real voice actor, guys, so everybody gets a different voice every time that they speak. As I mentioned, I would benefit from your worldly experience. Not my spiritually experience? Perhaps it is my imagination, but the townspeople appear to be acting oddly. That is, even considering the current state of affairs. As I am yet unfamiliar with the outskirts, I thought you might be better equipped to judge if their behavior is unusual or not. Would you speak with them to see what you think? Though I hope to be proven wrong, I fear something is not right here. Alright, bird. Let's go look for things. Oh, please tell me you brought more neo-regulators. Officially, they've all been handed out already, but I've heard rumors that there are a few left over. Surely the government still has some, or perhaps Queen's Fiend? I may not look it, but I was once a hunter. Back then I could hardly give death a second thought. But now that that I know the truth, it's all I could think about. There has to be a way to hold on. There has to. Well, I mean, I don't know if that's considered abnormal, but obviously, like, her whole life is just shaken up because she used to be a hunter, now she's not. Uh, used to not be afraid of death, now she is afraid of death. So I'm not sure if that like changed her intrinsic perspective, or maybe it's like an addiction to the regulator itself. Let me know your thoughts. all one of you. And the one viewer that's showing up on Twitch is probably me anyways. Alright. Let's ride the bird. Let's see if I have to go up higher. Probably not. There it is. Peppoine. Peppoine. Peppanane. Greetings. I remember when you visited with Queen Sveen. Come to check on our well-being, have you? Well, I can say that things are rather stressful out here as well. Without knowing if or when our machinery might turn murderous, the specter of death is ever present. People are terrified, and the clamor of neo-regulators has reached a fever pitch. I personally was fortunate to have claimed a new device early on, and have long since completed the registration. Death has no hold over me now. Now, I must begin my prayers. The darkness draws closer, grows deeper, and we must cast it out. See, like, you can kind of see the dichotomy here, right? The first person we spoke to had nothing but fear, like deathly afraid. Then the second person seemed to have a, his little firewall, his uh, auto res was kind of already set, so he didn't really have that amount of fear. He had, stark contrast of it. He had a lot of confidence. He had a lot of perseverance built into his character there. You're not wearing a regulator. Regulators! Don't you know the end is coming? Well, it's your life to lose. Me, I got one of those neo regulators and registered it a while ago. As soon as I did, a display appeared showing a number of registered users. Right now, it's sitting on at 4,168. The upper limit was 5,000, wasn't it? Seems the total shot up right after those machine malfunctions. It's only a matter of time before everyone's registered. I pity those who weren't chosen. But I'm going to be an endless. I'm going to evolve, and I'm going to live happily ever after. We will see about that. So, what do you think? Was I right to worry? Tensions are running high. Their fear is palpable. Yeah, I'm going to go with that one. Yes, that is exactly it. The people are overwhelmed by uncertainty and fear, and with each new registration, that fear inside them grows more insistent. How long until it drives them out to a full-blown panic? Andrusa, can you come to resolution? We have a problem. I'm already here with Lamenti and Alpha Node. I gotta go. It sounds like she wants us there in a hurry. We should go. Well, she called me. You can stay here.
What's happened? Sorry to drag you out here, but I thought it best you see for yourself.
Death is your constant companion. Though you toil with diligence, death may come ere your reward is bestowed. Though your grand works be poised for completion, death may come ere you wake the following morn. Though you enjoy a life of peace and good fortune, death needs but one instant to claim you. Your bodies are weak. Your heart, your brain,
announcement began after we finished our meeting with Gossen. As for its source, well...
Alex. There is no shame in being afraid. It is that very fear which will drive you to conquer death. Let us set a new course for mankind. Let us preserve our existence unto perpetuity. Hope for it, wish for it, pray for it. We will become endless. With evolution's brilliance will we banish the ever-present darkness of mortality.
Change isn't easy. No one ever wants to take the first step. But this is the right path for us. What other way could there be? I'm gonna do it. I'm going to register.
Wow, Wuglamat! You couldn't have come at a better time. Please, you have to let us move to Tuliolal.
It's too dangerous to stay here. Who knows when the next century will turn on us? Even if we wanted to become endless, there are no more neo-regulators to be had. Fleeing is our only option.
If the solution was as simple as leaving, then we'd all have left already. Did you not hear the announcement? For the living, death is a foregone conclusion. No matter where we go, or who we shelter with, we won't get another chance like this to overcome our fate.
Easy for you to say when you have that regulator.
Regulators!
The Landsguard are on their way as we speak, and arrangements have been made to see that you all will be safely evacuated. Tulichola will aid you in whatever way we can. So please, remain calm.
I want to help Alexandria. I want to save its people.
I can see she really wants to pull the hood back and show everybody who she is.
But what can I do? I am not their queen.
Calyx has access to the core system, which means that if he chose to do so, he could deploy the soldiers beyond the barrier. Even if our people learn to live with death and decide to leave the dome behind. Oh man, these energy drinks really get me burpy. Leave the dome behind, they will not be beyond its reach. Yet, if it serves to allay their fears even a little, I beg you, Wuklamat, please let them shelter in Tuliolal. We will welcome any and all who want to come. We've already begun evacuations, and we'll be able to pick up the pace once the Landsguard arrives. In which case, we had best spread out and keep an eye on the crowds. The mood is tense, and we must prepare for the possible possible violence. The possible. Why do I want to keep adding words to that? The possible. If you happen to determine where Calyx is hiding, though, we'll be ready to move at a moment's notice. We'll surely find a clue of some kind soon. He can't elude us forever. The best viewers on Steamboo remove the space. Well, thanks for that tidbit of knowledge. Violence and fear, this is not the future she envisioned for her nation. And thus completing a darkness in the heart. Boo. And with that, I'm going to check out where I'm is. Still in Solution 9. I'm going to go ahead and log out. Got some work to do today, guys. Appreciate you sticking around, following up with the story here at 7.3. It's been released, less than a week now. I forgot the date. But I do appreciate you checking in. I appreciate old Teddy Bleacher, requesting no spoilers. And, y'all have a good one. We'll be back tomorrow.